Good morning, everyone. It's Cain here. Welcome to my video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how Colorado is my home and why I am staying. Now, for those of you who are loyal to my channel, I've always wanted to check out and live in warm places with warm climate. I lived in California for 18 years. I've checked out Florida, I've checked out Texas, I've checked out Phoenix, I checked out New Mexico, but Colorado is very unique and has a good balance to it. And in this video, I'm just going to be talking about it. Living in California, the weather is absolutely gorgeous. There needs to be more clouds. There's not enough clouds year round. Skies is just empty. I like clouds, personally. But it's too overpopulated. It's an absolute disaster. So I will not be going there. I've checked out Florida. I've always wanted to live in Florida. The past couple of years. Now it's dissipated a lot. It's tropical climate. The whole state's a beach. And, there's always things to do. But with Florida, as with California, it's overpopulated. It's an absolute mess. Hold on, there's a little bug in my... I've checked out Texas. I like the weather, doesn't get too cold. It's a little too flat for my liking. And I don't really like the culture there, cowboy, monumentally dysfunctional beings. Not for me. I really like New Mexico, but New Mexico is very poor. It's a very unique state. It's the land of enchantment. But Colorado is just perfect. I've grown to like it. I have a love and hate relationship with it, but deep down, I love it. It's a good state. It's a very wealthy state. And it's growing. People are starting to realize its potential because it is absolutely beautiful. The views here, the trees, the mountains, I just feel very safe here in Colorado. I don't feel like I did in California or other places. Now, wintertime is a burden, but I swim through the bullshit. It's not too bad. It's not like Montana or Alaska or somewhere destitute. It is not too bad. And the winters are kind of getting warmer throughout the years. I think the last hard winter was back in 2016. After that, they're not too bad. I lived in this car during wintertime, and I survived. It's not too bad, guys. There's a couple days where it's pretty cold, but overall, like I said, it's you could do it. I love this state, and I choose to be here. It's not too overpopulated. There are places where you could get away from it all. This place has some isolated spots with a lot of beautiful trees, with lakes, Whether you want to go in the mountains on the west, or whether you just want to be in the flatland on the east with all the little abandoned places or whatever, or if you want to go north to the more, snooty areas, or if you want to go south to what I like to call the traditional area. I call it the traditional area because it's a tradition for my family to always go to Taos, New Mexico, and Cuesta. So every time I go down there, I always have this good feeling. It's a little getaway from the big city, and you could enjoy nature and see all the stars at night. And it's a very unique area because it is very cultured, southwestern culture, Native American, the Pueblo adobe houses, the chili. So yeah, I could always drive down there. It takes like, I think 5 hours, 6 hours, not too bad. Colorado is a very beautiful place, especially Denver, Colorado. I'm currently dwelling, well, I'm not going to say obviously, but yeah, beautiful place, beautiful state. It is the best state to live in. Now, you guys could argue, obviously people will argue, and say their state is the best. Whether that's California or Chicago, the Windy City, or New York, the overpopulated cesspool mess, or the swampland of Mississippi or Louisiana, New Orleans, very poor, the murder capital of the United States. Colorado is very safe, adventurous, beautiful. There's always things to do, and there's a good balance to it. And it's probably the most perfect state to do the nomad life, living in a vehicle, whether a car, van, RV, truck, camper. It's a perfect state to do it. There's a lot of land here, It's not like a big congested city like Florida, like Miami or Los Angeles, Jacksonville, Orlando, San Diego. It's not congested. It's not too bad. I mean, yeah, it has its spots if you go downtown, obviously. But if you're like in the Broomfield or Thornton, Arvada, Lakewood, you come to find that it's not congested. And you could always get away from it, There's so many beautiful trees. In California, there was no trees. Yeah, you had palm trees. But Colorado has these big, old, ancient, thick, beautiful trees that provide shade. As I'm in right now on this hot day. While this little bug keeps trying to get in my home. I love trees. I love trees so much. I always tell my girl about trees, and she always says, "Twees are bowing." And I'm like, twees are not bowing. Trees are absolutely amazing. I love trees, and Colorado sure has a lot of trees. Now, Colorado is also not too conservative, but also not too liberal as well. I'm not political at all. I look down on liberals and conservatives all together. Personally, it's just very unique. It's not like Texas or Missouri or some Kentucky. What's another stupid state? It's just a weird, unique balance over here. You got people from California over here, such as myself, and you have a lot of people from Texas and Florida coming here. It's just a gumbo here. But it's a good balance to it. I feel very safe everywhere I go. You know, there's absolutely hardly any ghetto here. I mean, yeah, you could go to 5 Points or what they say is a ghetto, which in my point of view is really not a ghetto. I know what a ghetto is. I've lived in LA. I've been to some sketchy places in New Mexico. You know, in places where you do not want to break down because you will get your shit stolen, probably mugged, and probably kidnapped. But I like New Mexico, northern New Mexico. The rest, northern New Mexico is absolutely gorgeous. The rest of New Mexico is very eerie, very mysterious. You know, abandoned buildings. There's a lot of cartels and drug use and murder, crime. But and if you know aliens, that's the state where it's known to have a lot of extraterrestrial life interactions. Sorry guys, I'm getting a little distracted. I saw one of my friends. But yeah, Colorado's an amazing state. I highly recommend it. I don't want you guys to move here because I like the population as it is. Let's keep it below 6 million. You know. But yeah, I'm very grateful I'm here and I'm gonna stay here. Winter time's coming and I'm looking forward to it. Throughout my journey, I've cultivated more balance within. So I'm more in tune of being grateful of where I am. You know, obviously if I was in a destitute place, I wouldn't be there. I'd move, you know, even if my parents were there or if I was seeing a girl there or, you know, I would still move. I'm not going to stay where I don't want to be. You know, but obviously I've been here this while and I've come to realize it's not too bad. Yeah, I might bitch and complain when it snows. You know, obviously when it's slushy out and, you know, I might complain a little bit, but it's actually quite beautiful. You know, then again, when you're driving in the slush on the highway, it's not. But yeah, it's my home and I'm going to stay here. Who knows, when I'm older, I might move to northern New Mexico. But I'm not worried about that. I'm going to enjoy my time here in Colorado. Yeah, you'll find a lot of people, guys, are unhappy where they are. And simply, they're just unhappy with themselves, with their circumstances, you know, with their job, family, you know, living with parents, having no financial backing, having no money to spend frivolously, have nothing to do because you're a slave to an employer and you're pretty much working 60 hours a week. You know, I completely understand. But when you are living close to nature and learn to relax and embody compassion, simplicity, and frugality, you know, wherever you want to be, you will find that you have to pick your poison. You know, every place has a down and an up, positive and negative. Colorado has a lot of negatives, but a whole lot of positives as well. I like being here. I lived here since 2013. I was here 2013, 14, and then I moved back to California for like a year. No, yeah, 13. I moved back to California in 2014, and I came back, and I've been living here ever since. Truly grateful. I love it. I love all the squirrels. I love all the rabbits, the little bunnies, all the buns. I love the climate. You know, there's a lot of life out here, but not too much life. You know, like Florida, there's mosquitoes everywhere and it's insects up the ass. And it's not like California where it's heroin needles and used condoms on the floor and a homeless man sleeping in every tree, you know, or bush. Colorado is a gorgeous state. I can't say that enough. What are some states I recommend? Colorado. That's probably about it. Tennessee seems to be pretty nice, but it's not as diverse as Colorado. Colorado is very diverse. You know, the climate is nice. There's a good balance to it. We get amazing weather. We have amazing views, you know. The majority here are Caucasian. The majority of the population is white, Hispanic, and Caucasian, you know, and but there is still a lot of diversity here. And I like it. You know, feel very safe. I don't feel like my rims are going to get stolen and my catalytic converter is going to get stolen. In California, I was pretty scared to drive the last time I was there. I was a little anxious to drive my car because it was just an absolute mess. I kind of had my grandma drive me certain places. You know, I was very, very grateful that she wanted to drive me, but like driving on the highway over there was a disaster. The highways here are not too bad. You know, I'm always hanging around the Brighton area, you know, the outskirts, and it's such a gorgeous, yeah, there's a lot of industrial crap, but if you go beyond that, it's just a lot of big, beautiful trees. There's vast land, you know, open fields. I love that. I love seeing open fields. It's a very old feeling. You know, people talk about living in the big city all the time, living with populations, but as I grow up, I like to live close to nature. You know, I like to see less people, more trees, more fields, just more nature. Makes me happy, makes me feel at peace. So yeah, Colorado is my home. Very happy to be here, and I'm gonna stay. Who knows? I might die here. It's a very eerie state as well, I must say. You know, California had a lot of palm trees. You know, everyone was very materialistic, as a lot of people in Florida as well. But over here, it's just very sort of eerie. And I like it. Nature is in control here, you know. And people know that. They understand that. They know that the weather can be pretty extreme here. But they go with it. As of California, you know, every day is just pretty much the same. You might get some rainy days, but it's no biggie. I don't know. All right, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like. What do you guys think of your state that you're currently living in? Are you grateful? Are you satisfied? Is there a lot of diversity? Are you content? Is it a very wealthy state like Colorado? Colorado has a lot of potential and it's growing. It's probably going to be one of the top states very soon. I think the wealthiest state is California still, New York. But I don't know, it's a very wealthy, clean state. Everything's becoming new out here. All the old buildings that my grandpa grew up with when the population was like 1 million, 3 million, it's being replaced with new, uppity, fancy buildings. And it's good. I like it, you know, more tropical smoothies, more places that I like, you know. They're taking down a lot of old abandoned buildings that I used to record and just building nice new places. Unfortunately, a lot are apartments because people are moving out here. But, you know, other people want to experience the beauty of it. I understand. All right, guys, leave a comment. What do you guys think? Thank you.